Hi, welcome to back everyone my channel, the VGR tutorial point and this Tech Dude 8481, our both channels. Please support, please comment, please share, please like. Any doubt you can ask the particular topics and networking and related topics in only computer networking related topics. The today's the topic is the what is the normal MAC address. The two outcome is this video is the what is the normal MAC, what is the default MAC address, types of MAC address, what are the features, two features of MAC address, what is MAC address, what is a MAC address used for, how MAC address get assigning, MAC address example, how to find MAC address, types of MAC address, final conclusion. Okay, let us start video. The what is the main question raised first everyone, the what is the normal MAC address? The MAC address is the sequences of 12 hexadecimal digital 0 to 9 and A to F. This digital are usually split into pair and separate clone appearance like this. The 00 is to 1A and 2B is to 3C is to 4D and is to 5A. This way it is coming. This MAC address media access controlling point. The MAC full form is the media access controlling point. This sometimes referred to as hardware into physical address Unicode 12 character alphanumerical and attribute that is used to identify individual electronic device networking. Example of MAC address 00-BO DO 63-C2 and 26. This is the one type of MAC address example. What is the default MAC address? Anybody asked this question in the viewers or learning networking people? The default format MAC address is a 6 set of 2-digit characteristics separated by the appendix but is hard to some different national like a 1-X hexadecimal nations is this way. This is called 00 is to 1B is to 44 is to level 11 and is to 3A is to B7. In this way, the what is the first three characters of the MAC address? The another question raised in learners in the networking. The first three octets are transmission order in identifier organization issued the identifier known as organizer Unicode identify. It is called an short abbreviation OUI. It is Unicode identifier. What are the two types of MAC address? There are another question is asked this interview. The types of MAC address, multicasting MAC address and multicasting MAC address allows source and device transmission data frame, multi-frame devices. It is used by single transmission need to reach multiple decisions. Broadcasting MAC address. The broadcasting MAC address represent every device within given networking. What are the feature MAC address? This MAC address is media access controlling address is hardware and based to identify. This MAC go to system setting and networking, go to networking adapter and MAC and go to system setting, networking, select your networking, click details, then hardware, find MAC address. On MAC address change. While device physical MAC address assigning the manufacturer generally permanent, you cannot often swoop and change MAC address that your operating system report, which can be used for piracy or security purpose. The another question raised the learners. What is the difference between IP address and MAC address? There are overview of this. While both IP and MAC addresses are circular for networking communication, if IP address is the identified device across the networking like the internet, while MAC address identified device within the local network. Had more details breakdowns the IP address internet protocol address purpose. The identifier device of network enable communication across the different network including internet. Types of logical software address assigning by internet service provider ISP or networking administrator nature. That can be dynamic changing or static fixed IP addresses are there. The example is the 192.168.1.100. The MAC address media access controlling point as the purpose is Uniqlo ID networking interface is called as the NAC is local networking ensure data packets reach correct device. The type physic or hardware address assigned by the manufacturer of networking interface called the nature permanent and hard code into the NIC, the layer operating data link layer 2, it is supported OSI modules. The example this MAC address is the 00 is to 1 capital A G is to 37 is to 62 is to 37 8 is to 1A. What is the MAC address used for this? The device identify local area networking. Every device or networking has Unicode MAC address allows networking, switching, and routing, distancing between them. This is the data transmission MAC addresses operated data link layer 2. OSS model enables seamless and communication between devices. Is send data including the repetitions of MAC address and show the networking or deliver it networking security and access controlling points. The networking administrator can use MAC filtering in the controlling which device can contact to network by allowing only approved address. Business homes users can prevent unauthorized access to their network. DHCP and IP addresses. How MAC address gets sent. The media access control address is the sending device networking interface code NIC. It is time to manufacture the ensure that every device has to globally unique identity communication within a local network. Manufacturers assets OUI. It is fixed six characters MAC address known as organization Unicode. It is the Institute of Electronics and Engineering. It is called short form IEEE to manufacture which vendors receiving Unicode range of address assigning to their address. For example, the first one is the Apple 00 is to 1A is to 2B. The Cisco systems are 3C is to 5A is to B4, and the Intel Corporation is AC is to 67 is to B2. This way, it is coding is given to the device specification assembly. The MAC address examples clone sweated hyphen sweated. The OUI organizational Unicode identifier. This first six characteristic identity is the manufacturer identity. It is the called the example is the 00 is to 1A is to 2B. It is the six characteristics all the manufacturer identified the Apple company, otherwise the Mac, the Intel company, AMD chipset company. That's different of this devices manufacturers. How to find MAC address? Okay, it is so many learners and so many viewers also so many times asked and call the give the message in my Gmail. That's why I will show you. The Windows using common prompt is fresh Windows plus R type CMD and press enter. The type IP config all press enter. Look physical address under networking Wi-Fi Ethernet. Example this way. The Mac OS click the Apple menu and get system setting and this way Types of MAC address: unicast MAC address, multicast MAC address. The unicast MAC address is assigning single devices and used for directly communication between two devices. When switched router sending data, specified device use the unicast address. The example: if your laptop has address 00 is to 1 to 2B and B, 3C is to 4D and 5E. This was given. The router will send data directly this address instead of broadcasting to all devices. Multicasting MAC address. This multicasting MAC address is used for devices sending data specified groups devices. The just one those addresses always is 0 1 is to 00 is to 5E and a commonly used the streaming services, video conference and online games. This way, the example: when you video streaming is sent multiple users in the network, a multicasting address ensure only by subscriber's device receive it. The broadcasting MAC address. The broadcast MAC address is the this example I will give in double F is to 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 double F. It is the six set of the two pair to six pairs and total 12 digits. All devices on the network in this helpful when you devices need to send important networking requests such as address revolution protocol. It is discover IP addresses. Please subscribe my channel Vijay tutorial and my world channel is tech.84. Please support, please share, please comment. Thanking once again your Vijay tutorials.